let me get this out of the way right away. I know you guys might be asking me, wait a second, Frozen, why are you ranting on a movie that's not even out yet? Yeah, I know y'all gonna think that, but if you don't know what happened, let me explain. Yeah, before I get into the intro, yeah, just let me explain. So last Sunday, this entire movie got leaked on X Twitter. Yeah, I might as well just call it X Twitter because why not? And yeah, someone leaked the entire movie. And then apparently people who have Twitter, literally every single animation fan or cinephile, I guess, who uses X or X Twitter, watch the movie, and some even share the link. And now the full movie is literally posted on a site, like 1 to 3 movies, and the site where I would usually watch my movies at, hdtoday.cc. cc. So yeah, um, so yeah, and I watched it apparently because, yeah, a friend of mine watched it. I won't say the name of the friend because I rather just not for personal reasons. But yeah, a friend of mine watched it, and this is actually why watched this movie. Yeah. So yeah, love boy, let's get to this. Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Studios here, and welcome back to another rant video. And today, I am going to be doing a rant on Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. Let's get it on. So yeah, anyway, so Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie is a Sandy spin-off to SpongeBob, which, yeah, why are they still doing spin-offs? And yeah, and it's directed by Liza Johnson, and it's supposed to be a Netflix release, the animated flick, because apparently Paramount sold the rights. I think Paramount sold the rights to this film to Netflix or whatever. And yeah, but apparently there's no release date yet. But apparently yes. Those who watch movies on these online sites, I guess, would watch it. But those who have the pause wait for Netflix, I guess, they haven't seen it yet. But anyways, and it stars pretty much the same cast as the show, and I don't want to bother saying it. And so basically, this movie tells the story. Yeah, when it comes to a Sandy Cheeks movie, you may expect the story to be about how Sandy came to Bikini Bottom and why Sandy came to Bikini Bottom. But no, that is not the plot. Instead, the plot is, so Bikini Bottom gets scooped out of the ocean by an evil scientist, CEO company called Boots, Bureau of blah 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 whatever, science of Texas, yeah, whatever. And so basically, yes, everyone gets taken except Sandy and SpongeBob, and this weird robot horse thingy that Sandy made. And yeah, so it gets scooped out of the ocean, and so SpongeBob and Sandy must work together to save their friends from this evil CEO who apparently is this robot woman, this woman with a disguised as scientist outfit, but actually is this lady with like a robot. You know what? I'll talk about this later. But yeah. And while they're in the journey, Sandy and SpongeBob get help from Sandy's family. That's basically the plot for it. Who cares? Yep. What a plot, right? Yeah. So yes, if you saw my top 5 least anticipated movies of 2024 list, this was at number 5. Number 5. This was my fifth least anticipated movie. of the year, and there's a reason why. Now I will say this though. I think you all know that I'm a SpongeBob fan. I actually might talk about SpongeBob on my channel at some point. SpongeBob is my favorite animated show of all time. It's my favorite cartoon show. Um, but yeah, I love SpongeBob. But yeah, um, Sandy Cheeks is my favorite SpongeBob character. I absolutely love Sandy. I actually explained why she's my favorite character in my least and Disney movies of 2024 video. So go check that one out if you haven't. But yeah, I said in a video that I would have loved to see a Sandy Cheeks spin-off movie, specifically a prequel of how Sandy came to Bikini Bottom. But that's not but that's not the movie we got. Instead, we got this boring filler, unnecessary plot that doesn't need to be told. And yeah, so yeah, at least I got the opportunity to watch this early, and yeah, so I can already just get this garbage over with. And yeah, boy, is this movie terrible. I absolutely hated this movie so much. I mean, I thought Sponges Run was bad, but it's not like disastrous bad. I'll give Sponges Run that. But this movie, on the other hand, it is garbage. I absolutely hated this movie with a burning passion. It freaking sucks. Sorry, I can't yell it out loud because there are other people in my house. But anyways, yeah. Oh my god. I cannot believe how bad this was. This movie turned out to be even worse than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna go for saying there's nothing good about this movie. Nothing good. Yeah, it's all just endless negatives, all flaws. I can think of 1,000. Yeah, this movie has negative written all over it, and so yes, I'm going to be pointing out every single negative I had with this a diarrhea of a film. So where do I Where do I even get started with this? First of all, the animation is bad. I mean, I hate the CGI. I mean, the CG animation in Sponges on the Run is terrible. I don't like the animation stuff, but somehow, not only did they repeat the mistake of using that same atrocious CG animation, but they made it even worse. It looks horrible, cheap, unfinished. Okay, now I know what you're gonna say. Oh, but they haven't even released a movie on Netflix yet. Maybe they aren't done. They haven't completed the movie yet. Yeah, well, if the movie wasn't finished yet, and they're still working on polishing the animation, then how did this one guy just leak the movie and it got released on sites, on the 1 to 3 movie sites? You know, how? Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't. Don't give me that excuse. I'm very sure this movie's finished. I wonder when they're gonna release this though. I'll talk about this in the end. But yeah. But yeah, seriously, the animation, it looks like, I can't believe how bad it looks. And also, I know you might make the excuse that this is a streaming service movie. This is a Netflix movie, so I shouldn't take, and you would tell me that I shouldn't take this so way too seriously, because it's a streaming movie. But Netflix is capable of making great animation styles, like gorgeous animations. Like for example, Nimona. Even though Nimona is technically a Blue Sky movie that was already animated by a major studio, but Netflix just finished it. I mean, they did not downgrade the animation. I mean, Netflix was able to make the animation of Nimona look amazing. And even an animated film that Netflix solely made like without any other a big studio to help them. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. See, Netflix can make great animations, but this one, oh dear lord, it's honestly unbearable. Like, I mean, who approved this animation and said, okay, we'll use this, okay, this animation is good enough to be released? How? And yeah, so, and my god, there are certain moments in a film with animation effects that made me want to throw up. Like, for example, remember that scene? Remember in the Tea of the Tree Dome where, like, SpongeBob gets dehydrated, and then we see like this weird look on his face, like this crypt or whatever you call it. Yes, apparently, that's from the episode Tea of the Tree Dome. That like episode 1B. Remember that when they did over 20 years ago? Apparently, they had the balls to do it again, to pull it off, to make SpongeBob, dehydrated. And honestly, like, I gotta say, bleh, bleh. Oh my god, it is disgusting. It is outdated. Like, why do that? I feel like they're just trying to reference the Tea and the Tree, though, but no, it just doesn't work in the slightest bit. In the slightest bit. And yeah. And oh yeah, and I should mention as well, this is a live action animation hybrid movie. It's not an animated film. It's a live action animation hybrid. And it's like striking. It's literally, it feels like the Smurfs all over again. Like, remember that Smurfs movie where, like, the CGI Smurfs were at the 3D animated Smurfs were at their own Smurfs world, but then the evil live action humans took them and into the real world, kidnapped them and took them into the real world, and so animated Smurfs that survived had to go to live action world to save them. Yeah, apparently it's this movie. This movie is literally the live action Smurfs of SpongeBob. I am not kidding you, right now. And yes, there are live action characters and live action villains as well. Like, there's two live action henchmen who apparently used to be good, but they joined that dark side of science. Dun dun dun. Haha. Yeah. I'll get to that later. But the villain of this movie, oh my god. Yeah, I better get to the villain now. The villain of this movie is, like, I think her name is Tsunami, like Tsunami. Ha ha ha. Yeah, funny, right? Ha ha ha. Yeah, she is one of the worst villains I have ever seen in my entire life period. Like, where do I begin to start with this? Like, first of all, the actress who played a villain, she gave a horrible, disastrous, cringe-worthy performance. One of the worst performance I have ever seen in any movie period. Like, oh yeah, and let's talk about that CGI in this one. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Apparently, she has a robotic body with, like, her head, her human head attached to it, and it is honestly Spy Kids all the time in the world. Level bad of CGI. It is Shark Boy and Lava Girl level bad of CGI. It is gross. I hate this CGI. Apparently, she has this fish who. She has this fish, yeah, horrible CGI. And yeah, no joke, the way she moves, it's so awkward. It doesn't feel human. It is just, ugh. And also, you know how she gets defeated? Her robot body crashes, and then her head just flies off and goes to that fish's mouth. I think it's an amphibian fish or whatever. And, gross. And yeah, oh yeah, let's talk about the story. Oh my god. I gotta be honest, I cannot stand this criticism of, it's written, it feels like it's written by AI. I feel like it's become like just an apathetic excuse of criticism that only made that just for the sake of trying to look for flaws of the movie. But honestly, I'm gonna have to say it with this movie right here. This feels like it's written by AI. Yep, the story in this movie felt like it's written by AI. I can't believe I'm using that criticism for a movie like this, where even though I don't like it, people say Wish. People accuse Wish of using AI, using ChatGPT to write the script. No, hell no to that. This movie right here, that is the movie that felt like it was written by AI. Yeah, yeah, and also oh yeah, and also let's talk about Sandy's family. Yeah, apparently I thought us getting to learn about Sandy's family can be a redeeming quality, can be a good thing about this movie. But guess what? Sandy's family in this movie was horribly wasted, and as a result, we actually didn't know anything about them, and they have no character development. The only thing we saw in in Sandy's family is just how they look like, which by the way they look horrible. Like there's Sandy's father. He looks like a ripoff from a character from. He looks like a ripoff of Chip from Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers. It's like he looks like basically Chip from if he was older or something. Yeah. Dear Lord, though. Yeah, and also they actually attempted to have Sandy explain to the audiences why she went to Bikini Bottom, and it should have been a good thing, but apparently it's told through exposition. And the best reason they can come up with is apparently because Sandy doesn't like critters, land critters, so she goes to the ocean. That's it. That's the best you can explain. We've all been waiting for for an explanation, and that's the best you give us. Oh Jesus. Yeah, this movie. I mean, is there anything else to say? Oh yeah, that song. Like, remember, the opening song of the movie, the song that Sandy sings. Yeah, that honestly might be the worst SpongeBob song I have ever heard in my life. I actually owe I Love Krabby Patties an apology because it makes that song look like Sweet Victory in comparison. Yeah, that bad. And also the end credit song, they parodied SpongeBob. Yeah, they parodied SpongeBob theme song. It's basically the SpongeBob theme song, but Sandy's version. Are you kidding me? And it is honestly cringe worthy. I was listening to it, and I was like, are you serious? What are you doing, Nickelodeon? Seriously, what are you doing? Oh my god. And yeah. And the horrid dialogue in this movie. I mean, maybe the dialogue is harmless, I guess when it comes to, the critters communicating with each other, it's not bad, I guess. But when it comes to Sandy communicating with the humans, oh my god. The dialogue in this film, it felt like it's written by a child. And it felt obvious that it was written by AI. For example, Sandy is basically, when Sandy is talking to Tsunami, she's like, oh, you are a disgrace to science, and you evil villain, how dare you? Oh my god. And when she's talking to Cal and Phoebe, which basically, if you guys don't know, yeah, Cal and Phoebe basically used to work with Sandy, but now they teamed up with the villain. And then Sandy had the balls to make a Star Wars reference, how could you join the dark side? I was literally laughing my ass off. How, really? A Star Wars reference in SpongeBob? Are you kidding me right now? Oh my god. I can go on and on about this disgusting movie, and I could even talk about all the dumb logic in this movie, all the ridiculousness. But you know what? I'm done. I'm done talking about this worthless excuse of a movie. As a diehard special fan, and as a diehard Sandy fan, this movie literally broke my heart. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like what Pat, yeah, like to quote Patrick in, yeah, like to quote Patrick in Valentine's Day, you broke my heart. Yeah, that is my message to Nickelodeon for making this movie. So overall, Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie, is not only the worst SpongeBob movie, but it is one of the absolute worst Nickelodeon movies I have ever seen. It is one of the worst animated films of the entire decade, and you know what? And yeah, not only that, but this is one of the worst things to call of SpongeBob. This is as bad as season 7 SpongeBob. Heck, it is as bad as episodes like one course meal, a pal for Gary, yours, mine, and mine, stuck in the ringer. All those garbage SpongeBob episodes. Yeah, you can literally compare like this movie is just as bad as those episodes I just mentioned. Yep. So yeah, I am warning you right now. Now, I'm not gonna force you to not watch this movie. I guess you could probably watch it if it's on Netflix. At least it's not theaters, but yeah. I am just warning you about the sheer disastrousness that I had to go through with this movie. This is easily the worst movie of the year so far. And I've actually seen a couple of movies. I've seen a couple of movies. Yeah, I'll probably just give you guys a list of what movies I saw this year. Yeah, I'll just yeah. I so far I saw 6 movies. This one's my 7th. So yeah, I saw Night. I saw Society of the Snow. Night Swim online. Lift, Lift, Self Reliance, Role Play, and last Friday I saw The Beekeeper in theaters. I don't feel like reviewing it, but yeah, this is the worst of them all, easily. So with that said, I'm going to give Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sun Cheeks movie, half star out of 5. Wish I can give this one a 0, but I don't want to in favor of my subscribers not liking the 0 rating. So also for my rant on Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sun Cheeks movie, did you get to watch this movie online when it's leaked, or are you going to wait for this movie to come out on Netflix? Oh yeah, but I wonder when this actually will come out on Netflix. I think probably April, I guess, or but yeah, so yeah, and yeah, are you planning to watch this movie online, or yeah? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my reaction to the Oscars 2024 nomination, and after that, yeah, the return of my Frozen Awards Part 4 with Best Actor. Bye, guys.